Good morning, and welcome to Transform Your Life in 15 Minutes. My name is McAdams. I'm an author. I'm also an accounting professor and a certified life coach. I specialize in personal and small business finance and also fitness. I help people reach their goals. And I want to welcome you to this Transform Your Life where we are doing 5-minute exercises, one each for the mind, the body, and the soul. First, I want to apologize for the late start today. I actually overslept. It was so hot in here because we're going through like a heat spell, as I mentioned yesterday. And actually, I owe you two apologies. So one is for starting late today because I slept late. I actually slept on the sofa, underneath the fan because it was really, really hot in my room. But anyway, and the second thing I want to apologize for was yesterday's broadcast. Apparently, when I took out my microphone from my iPad here, the volume went away, and I didn't know it. So I'm sitting here just doing the rest of the broadcast with the body and the meditation, the yoga and the meditation without any words. So again, I apologize. I didn't realize until a viewer pointed that out to me. But anyway, thank you so much, Patty, for pointing that out to me that there was no volume yesterday. So. But hopefully you were still able to follow the yoga. It was I wouldn't say a new routine, but it's one of the newer ones that I did. But anyway, I do apologize for that. So I will make sure, hopefully today, that doesn't happen. Well, anyway, so today I want to ask you a question. Do you ever wonder why why successful people tend to be more successful, happier people tend to be more happier, luckier people tend to get more lucky? Well, it's because they have momentum. When it rains, it pours. And that's what we're going to be talking about is momentum, the big mo. All right, so the big mo, it is undoubtedly one of the most powerful forces. You say, why? Well, because it can actually catapult you into the stratosphere of success. Now, the thing about momentum, though, the big mo, is it can work for you or it can work against you. Okay, like for instance, if you have negative habits and those negative choices that you tend to make, it can actually put you into a tailspin of unlucky circumstances and consequences. Okay, so it's one of those things that can work for you or against you. You don't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it. It's not part of the five senses, but it's always working. Again, it's either working for you or working against you, which is why, for instance, when we're talking about the compound effect, which is the momentum here. With the compound effect, we're talking about making small, consistent choices. Okay. Consistently over time. And if you just keep doing those baby steps, you're going to be constantly moving forward. The problem with momentum is when you stop. Okay, so let's say that you were on you all of a sudden you're working out and you're on a really good streak of working out. You're working out for 3 months, or then all of a sudden you just decide to stop for whatever reason. Okay, the reason doesn't matter, excuse, it doesn't matter. You stopped. Okay, once you stop, trying to start again is hard, okay? And that's why momentum, the big mo, can work for you or work against you. If you just keep going, whatever it is, and just doing something small, bite-sized every single day, then it will put you lead you toward your success. But if you stop, trying to start up again is really, really hard. And that's the problem is a lot of times when we're trying to reach our goals, we stop just before we get to the success and we don't even know it. I will tell you, because in my life as well, it's like you're trying to push a big boulder up a mountain, right? All right, so that's momentum. You're making little steps. You're going up that little hill, a little bit of time, and it's hard. That boulder's hard, but you're pushing it. You're working it. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I've been doing this for so long, and I just don't see any progress. So I'm going to stop. And then when you stop, the boulder rolls all the way down. Well, guess what? Now you got to start all over from the start again. And that's what's hard. Well, if you just keep pushing, keep moving, keep doing those small steps over time, eventually you're going to get on the other side. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. So I'm going to actually give you 5 strategies for help you continuously build the momentum in your life. Okay, so 5 steps. The first one is make new choices based upon your goals and core values. Okay, so whatever it is, make the choices. So if, let's say, weight loss, I love it. Your goal is to have weight loss, right? And let's say that you are going out with a bunch of friends. First off, those friends that you're going out, do they tend to, are these the friends that tend to solicit healthy choices within you? And if not, maybe you shouldn't go out with those friends. But let's say that they are, okay? Or it's, for instance, some of them do, some of them don't, but you pretty much can, handle the situation. Well, then wherever you guys go, whatever the menu is, make healthy choices. Okay, so whatever your core values are, make choices based upon them. The second one is putting those choices to work through you to positive behaviors. Okay, so whatever it is, Positive behavior. Positive. Remember, we talk about behaviors being your habits. Okay, so have positive habits towards those behaviors. The third one is repeat those healthy actions long enough to establish new habits. And again, that's where the momentum starts to work. Is again, when you start doing something, you don't see progress right away. Okay, we don't. A lot of times, depending on what it is, if it's losing weight or if it's saving money, whatever your goals are, you don't seem to see progress right away, and so then we tend to stop our actions, or our actions and our behavior, because we're not seeing progress. But I promise you, it's working in the background. It's like the operating system. By the way, the compound effect is like an operating system. It works in the back. In case you don't know anything about computers, your software is an operating system. It runs in the background. Okay, the RAM is, I should say, the RAM, the random access memory is the operating system. It runs in the background. It allows your software and all the peripherals to add to work. You don't know it's working, but it's there. Well, that's the compound effect. That's what we're talking about. The momentum is going to always be there. So understand that as long as you're making small, smart, consistent choices over time, you will get to where it is you want to be. All right, so the fourth one is to build your routines and rhythms into your daily disciplines. All right, so that's very important. So let's say time is an issue for you and you don't have enough time to work out. It's going to be one of three choices, right? It's going to be early in the morning because you got to make time somewhere. It's going to be sometime during the day, or it's going to be at night. Okay. Now let's say in the morning, you say, well, I'm not a morning person. Well, we've already talked about that, right? The drill sergeant and recruit. I'm not a morning person. Yes, you're not a morning person. So stop saying you're not a morning person. You can be if you really want to be. So you may want to get up earlier. Okay. And I mentioned that if you tend to get up early but then hit the snooze button, I mentioned put the snooze button away from you. Don't put it so close where it's so convenient to hit it. So in other words, build those routines, make it successful for you. Set yourself up for success. And then the fifth one, of course, is staying consistent for a long enough period of time, and that's where we fall short. Again, remember that boulder pushing up the mountain. As long as you just keep pushing up the mountain, it seems harder, but over time it gets easier because you don't even realize it, and it becomes a habit, and then you just do it. Then all of a sudden you find that you're on the other side, and it's like rolling. Remember, momentum, when it rains, it pours. So keep in mind that when we're talking about momentum again, these are things, or it is something that actually can work for you or against you. And it's my hope that it works for you. Just remember, those routines, those behaviors, the consistency, all of those work with momentum. If you keep those, then you will have momentum and reach your goals to your success. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you. Now let me see if I can get my microphone out this time without making the volume go. I didn't do anything different. I know I didn't, because the volume's on the top, but who knows what's going on. Again, it's still Mercury retrograde, and so we're still having like a lot of... What I'll do to make sure my volume is up. Okay, it says my volume is up, so hopefully we're good. All right, so by the way, how are you guys doing this morning? Besides me oversleeping, besides me oversleeping, I feel great. I actually got more hours of sleep than I have all week because there was no class last night. But again, I fell asleep on the sofa. One of my favorite places to sleep in my house besides my bed is on my sofa. But it was just really hot. Again, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. There's people that are suffering, floods and all that. By the way, my prayers go out to those that are in Texas that are going through the challenge of the flood. But so we're going to be moving on to the yoga body portion and then meditation for the spirit. I just want to talk to you just a brief second about the meditation because I didn't get a chance to talk yesterday because although I was talking, you couldn't hear me. Guys, I didn't know. You got to tell me these things. But anyway, so when immediately after the yoga, remember yoga, we're getting into our mind-body connection. You're starting your breath and your breathing. But specifically when we get to the meditation, what we're going to be doing is a 2-minute exercise, okay? Something we've been doing for the last couple of days because, again, it's about the little small steps. So even though 5 minutes is not a long time to start, but maybe it's too big for some people or too much long for some people. So we're going to cut it down to 2 minutes. So that's the thing about momentum. Okay, we're still talking about momentum. That's the thing about momentum and breaking up your goals. Okay, really it's about having a series of plans. Okay, and you remember, begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. Come up with your plans, a series of steps to help you get to your goals. But some of those steps have to be broken down into bite-sized chunks. So if 5 minutes is too much for you, then break it down to 2 minutes. Okay, then if 2 minutes, then do it in 1 minute. Okay, so in other words, don't be hard on yourself. Be patient. Be loving, be kind to yourself. These are the things that you know because you do it to other people. Why not start with yourself? Okay, it always starts with self. So anyway, we're going to be doing a 2-minute breathing exercise. And how this works is you're going to be focusing on your exhale. So you're going to be counting your breaths, specifically counting the exhale. Okay, you're focusing on your breath, counting the exhale. Now, anytime that your mind starts to wonder if there's any distractions, any outside noise, anything that's happening, you start all over. So no matter if you get up to number 10, remember we're doing it for 2 minutes. No matter if you get to 10, your mind starts to wonder, you start back at 1. Okay, so you're going to do this for 2 minutes. And again, the goal is just to focus on your breath, count your exhale, and then come up with your number of what you came up with. And then next time that you do it, this is something that you can do on a daily basis. Okay, seriously, you can do this throughout the day. This is called a breathing exercise. It's going to help you with the practice, the beginning practice of meditation by focusing on your breath. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the yoga. I'll try to do what I did yesterday so you can actually hear what I was saying, which you probably couldn't yesterday. But I don't really remember exactly what it was, but I think I have an idea. Guys, I don't I'm not going to say I don't plan this thing. Obviously, I do plan it, but it's more organic because, again, I'm going how I feel when it comes to yoga. So I don't go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to do this pose, I'm going to do this pose. No, I'm feeling my way through the pose. Like, okay, what I feel like I want to open up today, and I try to keep it basic because, again, there's a lot of people that this is their first introduction. It's all about bite size, starting at the beginning. So I do throw in some advanced poses, like one of the ones I talked about a couple days ago, which I need to do today. We're going to start, working on the crane. Okay, so the crane is an advanced pose, but you can do it because I'm going to walk you through it baby steps. Okay, so again, start off in child's pose, but first, come into a kneeling position. Give yourself a couple breaths to get yourself aligned, grounded, and centered. And then as you take your third breath, or however many breaths it takes you, but on the final breath, as you exhale, come into extended arms child's pose. All right, let's get started. Go ahead and extend your arms. Press the fingertips down and towards the mat. Give a nice long extension stretch from your fingertips all the way to your tailbone. From your knees all the way to your toes, and continue to breathe. All right, go ahead and walk your fingertips back. Let's come back up to the kneeling position, and let's take it up toward our knees. And we're going to extend that right leg out toward the side. And as we inhale, we're going to take that opposite arm, that left arm up. And as we exhale, we're going to take the arm over toward the side. Nice gentle stretch here. Then go ahead and release it down. And then the opposite leg extends out. Inhale, arm goes up, and as we exhale, again, you're walking this left arm all the way down toward the shin as the right arm goes up and over. Now your gaze is toward the corner of your room, and you're getting a gentle stretch here on this right side. Okay. Return back down. And let's go ahead and place our palms flat directly underneath your shoulders. Again, your knees should be directly underneath your hips. As you draw your breath in, fingers are spread out nice and wide. And as you exhale, I want you to round through your spine. Tuck your chin toward your chest and tuck the tailbone under. As you inhale, your head and chest comes forward. Tailbone sticks out toward the back of the room. And as you exhale, round through the spine. Tuck your chin toward your chest. Press those shoulder blades away from your ears so you press your armpits down toward the mat. Let's do that again. As we inhale, head and chest comes forward. This time as we exhale, we're going to curl those toes under and take it to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, like the child's pose, is the resting position, but it's an active rest, okay? So you're constantly moving. You're still breathing, and we're going to come up with our fingertips, and we're going to walk our fingers toward our toes. And then I want you to slowly round it up, taking it one vertebrae at a time. Making sure that your head is last to rise, drawing the shoulders down and back. Come to Tadasana, mountain pose. So toes are spread out nice and wide. Your feet are together or slightly apart. Your hands are down by the side, fingertips going towards the middle earth. Shoulders are drawn down and back and chest is lifted. Again, head is natural extension of the spine. As we inhale, we're going to take those arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to dive the body forward. As you look up, on the inhale, exhale, flatten out the palms. Inchworm your way out to the plank. Exhale, the downward facing dog. Inchworm out to the plank. Exhale, the downward facing dog. Again, inhale. And exhale. This time, walking up on the fingertips, coming up on your fingertips. Walk it back to your toes. Inhale, take it all the way up. And exhale, dive the body forward. And look up halfway. Flatten out the palms. Inchworm out to the plank. Just hold this plank here for a couple breaths. Push your weight toward your heels. And then take it to downward facing dog. Now go ahead and walk your feet in toward your palms. Bend your knees if you need to. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, take it all the way up. This time, arch back for me. Exhale, dive the body forward. Now look up halfway. Flatten out the palms, step back, right, left into the plank. Release your knee, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. As we inhale, come to upward facing dog. Relax those shoulders down away from the ears. And as we exhale, take it to downward facing dog. Press the chest toward the thighs and the knees. As you inhale, bring that right knee into your chest. As you exhale, extend that right leg all the way back. And then we're going to bring that right foot all the way forward toward the fingertips. And we're going to take it up to the high lunge. As you inhale, straighten out the leg. And as you exhale, bend the knee, draw the hips down toward the mat. Now try to keep your head in alignment with your bicep. And again, relax those shoulders. One more time, deep breath, inhaling. This time as you exhale, not only are you going to bend your knees, you're going to bring your palms together at the heart center. And you're going to rotate your torso over toward the right and exhale. And you're going to press your palms together to lift up your chest. And your gaze is going up to the corner of the room over that right shoulder. Now go ahead and release the left arm down as you extend the right arm, open up. Your gaze follows your thumb unless there's strain or stress, and then you can look forward or you can look down. Now go ahead and place the palm flat. Take that right leg back. Come back here to plank. Knee, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Exhale to downward facing dog. Now again, walk your feet in. Inhale, take it all the way up. Arch back. Exhale, dive the body forward. Look up halfway. Flatten out the palms. This time it's left, right into the plank. Again, knee, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. It's okay if you have to go all the way down. Inhale to upward facing dog. And then curl those toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the next breath, that left knee comes into your chest. And then we're going to extend that left leg all the way back. Nice good extension here. And then we're going to bring that left foot forward toward the fingertips. And again, take it up the high lunge as you straighten out the leg on the inhale. And as we exhale, bend the knee, draw those hips down toward the mat, relax those shoulders. Again, inhaling and exhale. One more time, nice deep breath. This time as you exhale, again, bring the palms together at the heart center. This time we're rotating toward the opposite direction. Inch forward. And then remember, press your palms together because I don't want you resting your torso onto your knees. So lift up. And your gaze goes over that left shoulder. Extend that right arm down. That right arm goes down. Left arm extends up. Remember, press the hips down. Really get a good stretch of that groin. Relax the shoulder. And then bring the palms down flat. Take the leg back. Again, knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Remember, on a chaturanga, I want you to skim your rib cage with those elbows. Keep those elbows pointed toward the back. Upward facing dog. And then curl the toes under. Taking the downward facing dog. Now let's go ahead and step forward. Left, right. Inhale, take it all the way up. Arch back. Exhale, guide the body forward. Now this time we're going to place our palms flat and we're going to take our feet toward the edges of the mat. And then draw the hips down. Tailbone down, buttocks down toward the mat. Alright. Now I want you to use your elbows again to push down those inner thighs. But I want you to bring your palms flat together. Now what we're going to do again is we're going to do the beginning portion of the crane. So I want you to start to, as your palms are flat, you're going to transition your body weight forward. And then you're going to walk your feet back toward each other. Okay, so your toes go back toward each other. So I'm going to do right and then left. Keep the toes up. And all you're going to do is just kind of hold it here and just get used to your weight on your palms. Again, we're not going to do the crane yet. We're not going to lift our legs. But this is a balancing pose. So if you're trying to look at me, you're not going to have balance. Okay, so find the spot in front of you and then just kind of glaze at that spot and focus on it and don't wave your glaze. And then you can just start transitioning your weight on top of those triceps just to feel it. Again, we're not going to do it now. Let's just begin it just so you can see what it feels like. All right, go ahead and take the feet back out. Drop the hips down. This time we're going to bring the palms together at heart center. Bow your head down. Malasana. Go ahead and give yourself gratitude. I should say extend some gratitude. Then we're going to place the palms down flat and then take them behind you. And then bring your body to a comfortable seated position, facing forward. Again, make sure that you're on your sits bones, not the fleshy part of your bottom. Relax those shoulders, fingertips go down to the side. So we inhale, take the arms up overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to draw the fingertips down toward the mat. Again, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, nice deep breath. Inhaling. This time we're going to greet the palms together at the very top. Exhale down so your palms come to a heart center. And namaste. All right, so this brings us to our meditation portion. So remember, we're going to be doing a 2-minute exercise where we're just going to be focusing on our breath. You're going to count your exhalation. And remember, anytime that your mind starts to wander, and I want you to return back to the count of 1. All right, go ahead and draw your breath in, inhaling. And as you exhale, I want you to close your eyes and begin counting. ahead and open up your eyes. As you release, relax, return refreshed and calm. You've done something good for yourself today. Again, continue to please share your numbers with me. I'd love to get the feedback. I'd love to hear how you're doing and track your progress with you. And I want to thank you for taking the time to meditate with me. And also thank you for taking the time to watch this Transform Your Life in 15 minutes. Again, thank you for your patience this morning with the alternative start time. And your word for today is ease. So I want you to be at ease. And I will see you tomorrow at 6 a.m., God willing. Bye.